Working with highly analytical, rational clients is something that I actually have come to absolutely love. As a hypnotist, especially as a baby hypnotist, it was something that I actually used to be quite scared of because the modality that I was trained in was very much like more had to do with relaxation and getting clients into a relaxed state of hypnosis first before helping them go into the investigation phase of their problem, which, was powerful on its own. But at the same time, when we got very highly analytical clients, it was very difficult to not difficult, but a bit more of a challenge to focus their attention on the things that needed to be talked about just because they were so analytical. And it's easy to get sucked into those moments of very highly conscious thinking, right? And so, what's really interesting is that I just had a very analytical client today. And it's quite funny because also I'm very highly analytical and very logical. And so it's very interesting who we attract. We attract what we are, is what they say, right? And so, and most of my clients actually have also been very highly analytical, very much into the conscious mind thinking, very smart human beings. And so finding a way that worked with analytical clients and still being able to give them unconscious breakthroughs was something that I really wanted to commit to because just because someone's analytical doesn't mean that they don't access their subconscious mind. For example, let me ask you a question. Who was your favorite teacher when you were in high school? Mine was Mr. Riley. He was my biology teacher. He was the best. And so when you think about the answer to that question, right, where did you have to go in your mind? You had to go to your subconscious mind to look for that information. You're not really thinking about your high school teacher every single day of your life, right? And so subconscious work really just gets to be that easy. Accessing your subconscious is something that you do day to day in your everyday life. Even right now I'm talking and I'm using my hands. That's something that's unconscious. And so when you learn exactly how to use very simple principles that we as humans are so normally intuitively are doing already and put your conscious attention on it, it becomes very powerful, especially if you're doing the subconscious healing work, because you are able to take what it is that you know innately as a human, like what it is like to be a human psychologically and neurobiologically in your mind, so that you can apply it to your clients consciously, so that you're strategic with exactly how you can help your clients break through their unconscious blocks. And so with this resistant client that I had today, it was very interesting because he was very like he talked a lot, right? And those are my favorite. Talkers are my favorite because what you learn in advanced conversational hypnosis is that one of the principles that we teach is the ability to determine what is conscious versus unconscious information. So it doesn't really matter if a client is over here rambling and being overly analytical, when you know exactly how to find unconscious information, that's all you're hunting out for. You'll just know exactly what you look for. And because you know what to look for, you can guide your clients a little bit easier and better to get them that transformation. And transformations from overly analytical clients are so much more fulfilling and satisfying, because it's so easy, especially if you're a hypnotist, to be like, yay, everyone got into hypnosis into a trance-like state, and it was easy for them to retrieve whatever it is that they need to retrieve. But those overly analytical clients, once you give them the breakthroughs, it just boosts your confidence more as a coach, and as your with your own personal scale and belief in yourself, because you're able to do that. And conversational hypnosis definitely helps you out with that. And so it's just really interesting, because the one thing that I truly love about conversational hypnosis is that it really helps you to be in touch with your intuition, as well as use your innate human skills to connect with other people. And instead of the techniques, right? Before, when I my original hypnosis modality study is more of like a very traditional where you go into you help a clients get relaxed and get into hypnosis, and then you convince them that they're in hypnosis, and then there's step 1, 2, 3, 4 to get them to do age regression type things, and then there's other things to go after that. It was very technique based, but once you learn principles that govern those techniques, and the principles that govern why those techniques exist to begin with, once you know what those are and know how to apply them, then you can pretty much free for all creatively use your intuition and your own creativity to guide your sessions. And the session I had today with my analytical client, it was very much fun. We laughed a lot of the times, right? And the fact that you get to laugh with your clients, even though you're talking about some pretty heavy things, is also something that is very fulfilling and satisfying. And so that's really just the best thing about the transformational work, right? Yes, it gets really deep. Yes, it gets very triggering for the clients, but it doesn't mean that they have to suffer through it, right? They can have fun with it. And the best thing with conversational hypnosis is it is a conversation, right? It truly is a conversation at the bare bones. It's very casual. It's two people talking back and forth, and the casualness of it and the ease and the effortlessness of it, the human side of hypnotherapy actually exists within this modality, which is why it works best with highly analytical clients, because it helps them to unconsciously reduce that resistance and that critical factor and that defensiveness, because you're going back to the basics of just connecting with someone. And so if you're someone who tends to deal with a lot of highly analytical clients, highly rational and logical clients, and you still want to be able to help them bust through their subconscious blocks, where it be fears of rejection or of abandonment, or the fear of being seen, or any other, or abandonment, being alone, fear of why they can't lose weight, whatever it is that you give them. If those are the types of clients that you seem to attract, and you want to help them much more impactfully, then the next ACH training is definitely for you, because you will learn exactly the principles as to what creates unconscious breakthroughs. And not only will you have a deep understanding of how the unconscious mind actually works, you can also help this with your self-development journey as well. And it really works well with those clients who seem to be resistant and not be opening up to, or not willing to really see the change that are present and ever the present and ever present within them. And so the link to sign up for the training is going to be in the description below. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Otherwise, I will see you soon.